All right, the fifth and final step to reclaiming your power is more of a consistent step. Just like step 4, falling asleep and the wish fulfilled, you're going to have to do that consistently, night after night, over and over and over again to become the person that you want to become. This is the same thing. Okay, it's one step, but every single day you're going to have to do it. And the step is to just remind yourself that this is a simulation. All right. It made the biggest difference during my days as soon as I would remember that this is a simulation. Okay. I knew the material. I was falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. I had done the step 1 exercise where it's like, okay, I realized this is creating this. But since I had lived the opposite of that for my entire life up to this point, I was still that old person. I still had those old thoughts and those old feelings and old emotions for the majority of the day, except for when I reminded myself, oh, this is a simulation. And just like going to the gym and working your muscles and making them stronger, this is the same thing. It's repetition over and over and over again. You might go through the whole first day without remembering that this is a simulation, and you might lay in bed at night and then say, oh, I got to remind myself tomorrow. So that doesn't happen, so you avoid that happening. Make sure at the very beginning, I wrote notes all over the place. Any notebook that I had in front of me, I would write, the world is a simulation. This is just a simulation. I put notes above my bed. I put notes in the bathroom. I put notes in the closet. I went out and I purchased this, all right, to remind me that it's a simulation. Anytime I would see myself in the mirror, I would say to myself, this is just a simulation, until eventually, I'm not sure when it clicked, but it was like I pretty much got to the point where now I know that it's a simulation. But it took some time because, as I said, if we've been living life, I was living life, and probably you have too, one way, thinking it was the opposite. The external world creates the internal world, and we have to prepare for the worst case scenario. We have to, be safe so things don't happen to us, and feeling like we had no control. Well, now it's the opposite, and we have to repeat it to ourselves until it becomes a knowing. And so I have an exercise that I do in the morning when I wake up each morning. All right. My alarm will go off most days. And so I'll open my eyes to turn off my alarm, and then I lay back down. And if my alarm doesn't go off, then I do this before I open my eyes at all. All right. But it takes a minute or two. And I say to myself, this is before I open my eyes. All right. My eyes are closed, and I say, I am the creator of my reality. I know that the external world, is just a simulation. And when I open my eyes, whatever I see, I have created. If I see something that I like and that I want to recreate that. And I recreate that by giving it strong emotional charge. And if I see something I don't want or I don't like, then I need to detach from that and avoid giving it any kind of strong emotional charge. And there will be times where a situation will call for me to be assertive. And in those times, I will know the difference. I will know when I have to make that move and be assertive instead of detaching. And that's it. And then I count down and I say, I'm going to open my eyes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as soon as I hit 1, I open my eyes, because at that moment, that is applying your power. That's knowing that you are the creator. You're taking control right off the bat. I'm opening my eyes at this time and I do it. And that starts the day off for me every single day. All right. And so what do I do the rest of the day? I just ride the momentum. And since that was the first thing that I thought of when I awoke, I am more likely to remember it the rest of the day and to just do it because it was the first thing I thought of. Have you ever done the opposite? I know you have. You wake up in the morning and the first thing that comes to your mind is bills you haven't paid or problems that you might have at work, and that's where your focus is all day. All right, so start your days off like this. Keep reminding yourself that it's a simulation, and that train that has been going this way for your entire life, you start to slow that train down. The more you do it every single day, repeating, writing those notes that, like I said, keeping it fresh, watching videos when you can, reminding yourself it's a simulation. Eventually you slow that train down and then you start it going in the other direction, and before you know it, you know it. You know that it's a simulation, so you don't really have to remind yourself as much. It just gets easy. It'll get easier and easier and easier. Okay, but at first, that old person is going to be there because that's still you. You know, if you fall asleep in the wish fulfill for a couple of days, it's only been a couple of days. It's going to be a gradual change in terms of becoming that person that you want to be. But if you do it consistently and you keep doing it and you keep doing it, eventually you're gonna be different. I think it was like after the first month, that's where I actually felt like, okay, that guy from a month ago, I don't even know who that guy was. You'll feel so much different. But he's still gonna try and come in with those old thoughts. He wants to stay. He doesn't want to leave. All right, so you're gonna have to be strong. But if you start your day off right, and you start your day off with reminding yourself that you create your reality, you are the creator, you created it all, you have a better chance to win and a better chance to get where you want to be faster. All right, so that's it. I hope all these steps helped. Actually, I know they will help, okay? But you can't just watch the video. You got to do it. All right? Apply the stuff. Apply especially those first 4 steps, or at least 2, 3, 4, and your life will change. Okay? And then if you add in this step, you're setting yourself up to dominate in 3 or 4 months, 2, 3, 4 months. You might be faster. I mean, we're all the same, but anyone can do it. Anyone can do this. All right? Just do it. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Not sure when.